Good morning, boys and girls. Today our lesson for grammar is on verb tense. We are going to talk about verbs in the present tense for today. Our topic is verb tense. Our objective is that as a result of this lesson, you will be able to select the correct present tense action verb. And verbs are an action. So look at this picture. These are children doing things: cheering, swimming, kicking a soccer ball, ice skating on a pond, riding a bike, jumping rope, and golfing. So the verb is going to be the word that tells us what someone is doing. Our assignment is workbook page 80 in your grammar book, but you are only going to do numbers 17 and 18. And then you are also going to change the sentences to past tense if you yourself were completing the action. And we're going to talk about that in the video. So that is going to be 4 things that you are doing: answering these 2 questions, 17 and 18 only, and then for each one, changing the sentence to past tense if you were the one completing the action. We are going to discuss that in the video. There are 3 verb tenses. In verb tense, that means the action word in a sentence or when someone is speaking tells us when an action is taking place: in the past, in the present now, or in the future. We talked about this in class, if you recall. Verbs that describe things that happened in the past often end with the ed. So, walked, danced, painted. I painted the picture yesterday. My sister and I walked to school last week. The ed. We're going to talk about the present tense today, and then we will talk about the future tense a little bit later. The future tense often has the word will. We will go to the store tomorrow. We will go dancing at the party next month. But today we're going to focus on the present tense. Present tense verbs is a grammatical term used for verbs that describes action happening right now. For example, I eat or she eats. The simple present tense: my watch keeps good time. Keeps is the present tense verb. That's the action of what the watch is doing. The referee blows the whistle. Blows is the present tense verb. It is the action of what the referee is doing with the whistle. Lemon is always sour. Is actually a verb. It is what we call a state of being. He's not doing anything other than existing, but existing in and of itself is an action. So is what the lemon is doing, being sour. That is the action there. What do you notice about present tense verbs? They most always end in an S. Let's go back. Keeps, blows, is. If you look back to the first, one of the first clips, eats, ends with an S, except when I, the word I, is in the beginning of the sentence, or when you are talking to somebody or writing about yourself doing something in a story or in a sentence. So we call that when I is the subject. When you are talking or you were writing about yourself and you were saying, I do this or I do that, you will not put an S at the end of that verb. Let's look here. The dog barks at the mailman. There's an S at the end because it's what the dog is doing right now. I clean my room. It is what you are doing right now. You would not say, I cleans my room. You would say, I clean. There is no S there. I fold the laundry. You are speaking about yourself with the word I. There is no S. It's not I folds the laundry. It is simply I fold. But if you were talking about your mom, for example, you would say, my mom folds with an S. She folds with an S. Okay? Just like here, she mops the floor. If it was you, you would say, I mop, M-O-P, with no S at the end, the floor. I always listen to music. I work very hard. You were talking about your sister, for example, it would be she works with an S at the end, very hard. We'll look closely at my paper here. It says walk and walks. I walk to school. She walks. I jump at gym class. He jumps at gym class. I sing songs. He sings songs. I dance at parties. She dances at parties. I skip rope. He skips rope. Okay, so you are going to do only 17 and 18 on workbook page 80 for today. And then for each one, I want you to write, you can use the same piece of paper and write down how you would change that sentence if you were the one doing the action. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon.